I'm Van Sebastian, here with my co-host S.A. Baz Collins for this week's Written on the Edge Season 10, Episode 32 interview. We'll be talking with Jessamyn St. and discussing her book Hunted, which is book one of the Crosshair series. So let's get to know our guest. Jessamyn St. is an up-and-coming author of dark and thrilling gay fiction with plenty of action and steam in her stories. Jessamyn, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So, putting pen to paper or fingers to keys is a long and lonely process. Where did that fire come from to become an author?
Oh God, so I've been writing for a really long time since I was a kid. 11 years old is when I wrote my first story.
Do you still have
Yes.
it?
I do not.
Oh,
I used to write everything by hand, and then the notebook started to get insane, and my mom just kind of tossed everything out.
no.
But yeah, in 2012, I decided to enter a writing contest. And I didn't win, unfortunately. And so I thought, I'm good enough to get published. I want to try to get published. And it was for publication. And then I got published the next year, a short story of mine.
Nice. Or did the competition provide feedback that allowed you to keep going?
No.
Oh,
Just not any personalized feedback, just the thank you for entering, unfortunately, that kind of thing.
gotcha.
And yeah, I was like, well, I hate to lose. So I want to get published. It kind of lit that fire in me, and then I got published the next year.
Nice. So, if I were to be at a book event or like a book signing at a bookshop or something, and I saw Hunted sitting on a table and you were there signing it, and I picked it up, I'm like, what's this about? What would be your elevator pitch to get us started?
Oh God. So Haunted is a gay action thriller about a reluctant mafia boss's son on a revenge tour and the down on his luck young man that unfortunately gets dragged into the crosshairs, literally. And how the two of them they have to come together with a mutual enemy who wants to basically get in the path of Nico's revenge and make Ray's life even worse than it already is.
Gotcha. So, can we dive into some of the elements of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I ask any question that would be spoilery, feel free to tell me so. We're not here to spoil your book for anyone. We actually want them to read it. But
Gotcha.
one of the burning questions I have is, you wrote a gay character in the mafia. Did Nico
Mhm.
have to hide that? Is that part of the story at all?
No, Nico is actually he's bisexual, but in this story, he's yeah, it's just he's with men in the story. And no, he doesn't have to hide it. He's unabashedly himself. He's
Nice.
not really like an out there. He's not like it's not a broadcasting to the world. It's just, I'm unapologetic about it. This is who I am, and yeah.
So did you take kind of like the Schitt's Creek approach where this is the world, move on, everybody, that's not the story?
Yes, absolutely. That's kind of the approach I do with my book. So there's not like a big uh it's just who they are, it's just a part of them. It's not the whole of them, There's not really in my stories, I don't really focus on like a big coming out thing
Hmm.
or, needing to find acceptance or they're just like it's just part of who I am. It's just completely normal and as yeah, as normal as like heterosexual,
Right.
just really.
Love it. And thank you for putting bisexual representation in your book. Thank you,
Mm,
thank you, thank you.
mm.
We need more of that in the world too.
You're welcome.
So, jumping off of that, then, what were your experiences writing a modern mafia story? Because most of them are written like 1920s, 1940s, early era.
1970s.
Yeah, 70s, I think was a good one, but this is modern.
Yeah, it's a first for me. And actually, this is my first ever series. I've mainly stuck with standalones and short stories, so it's very new. I don't know what drew me to it, but when I saw Nico, it was just kind of dark. I wanted this dark themed and be this dark themed story. And I don't know, it's mafia adjacent. It's
Okay.
his father and his family that are like he's, second generation mafia. And
Mhm.
it's not really for him, but he's kind of forced into helping his father. And I say helping with quotation marks with his
Of course.
father do his father is doing a huge favor for him while he goes on his revenge tour. So I
Gotcha.
guess, yeah. I haven't had any experience writing mafia that I don't know, the documentaries and the things was just perfect. The world was just perfect for what I was trying to portray in this particular series.
Nice. So you're a true crime fan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a huge fan. I don't listen to like podcasts every day, but I do love a good true crime documentary every now and then when the mood strikes.
Nice.
But I have to be in the mood for it because sometimes it can get really heavy.
Yeah, very dark too. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yes.
So enter this other young man who works at his club, right?
Right. Yeah, Ray Evans is my biracial, kind of sassy, down on his luck young man who lost his job. He's on the verge of losing his boyfriend. Life isn't going the way he wants, and so he gets a job opportunity to work at Sapphire, which is Nico's, well, technically his father's gentleman's club, but he's kind of taken over and yeah, and then it's a front for the club is a front for a lot of dark things like the arms trade,
Ooh.
the sex trade, the drug trade, and a lot of bad guys, come in and out through those doors. And so it's a new world for Ray. And it's really exciting and dangerous. He gets dragged into some pretty dangerous situations because of it.
So yeah, because I was reading the synopsis and it looks like Ray's the one who discovers the big bad issue and has to take it to Nico, right?
Right. And Nico's so obsessed with getting revenge that he's not focusing on this thing over here. And meanwhile, Ray is just kind of going through all this bad crap keeps happening. So it's like we have to join forces. Like there's something wrong with your guy over here. He's doing mean crap. He's a little unhinged and your focus needs to be over here. I'm sorry. But yeah.
Nice. So if we can jump to the craft of the writing for a moment, can we talk
Mhm.
about using that thriller action, that danger to fuel the passion between the characters?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. Well, first of all, this is my first ever kind of like action thriller. Um, so that was exciting in of itself. I like, I'm new to it.
Hmm.
And I'm hoping that it comes off really well when readers get their hands on it. But yeah, the thrill, the danger is what brings the two characters together. And it brings them close together because it's almost like they trauma bond in a way because they go through some really heavy stuff together and it brings
Hmm.
them together. It brings them close. It like okay, we just dodged this crazy thing that just happened. Okay, now kiss me, like
So
I mean, there's nothing like the threat of death to bring life to the forefront.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing like the threat of death to bring living to the forefront.
Oh man. Oh man, you were absolutely right.
so
Nothing like
Goodness.
almost dying to feel alive.
so my,
Hmm.
my question is, when you do kind of an action thing, you can do it a number of ways. The action can be external and therefore you can kind of make it more cinematic, or you can do
Mhm.
it as a psychological kind of thriller that the pressure's on and it's how it affects the characters. How did you decide what path you were going to do, or did you try to blend the two?
I tried to blend the two, mainly because so my characters are very different. Nico comes from this dark and dangerous world. So for him, it's just like it's Tuesday. This is a thing for him. So it's not really a big deal for him to kind of be involved. And it starts off pretty action-wise for him, but for Ray, it's like, holy crap, this is new. I've never been anything like this. It messes with his mind more so than anything.
Mm,
And I also wanted to be super technical with the act. I wanted to get into the physical action aspects of it. So it was like a lot of research on the guns, a lot of research on like fight sequences or things like that. And um hopefully it comes across as authentic as possible. But
mhm,
yeah, for Ray, it's more psychological. He's not going to have the same like training or handling of guns or fighting experience that Nico has. And for Nico, it's not really. It's just like, I just have to be better than who I'm going up against. Who my
mm.
opponent is.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And is it set in current times or is this a different time setting?
It is. It's set in current times in our current year. It's urban. It takes place in Memphis,
Oh,
Tennessee.
nice.
Yeah. So I hope to capture the city's charms and the ruggedness of it, and I thought it was perfect for an action setting.
Well, it's nice that you chose a city that's n known, but it's also rare we get stories told from those locations, so that adds a
Mhm.
flavor to it that many people probably would be, oh, okay. I mean, just like I did when you said it was Memphis, I'm like, wow, okay, that's a choice, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that really intriguing in and of itself that it's not Chicago or it's not, it's not the places that you would normally think.
Right.
And so how is this a series? So how are we going beyond what happens in this first book? Who is carrying it forward? Is it the couple or is it another character that's a side character that picks up the tale, or how are you doing it going forward?
Right. This series is mainly going to follow Nico and Ray,
Okay.
because there is there's how I'm going about it is there is a big bad guy that Nico's after. But each book he kind of has to go through all these other obstacles before he can get the big bad wolf. And their relationship progresses, so it's a little bit of a slow burn. I
Mm,
don't really do romance, but love and their relationship progresses slowly through the series, at least emotionally slowly. Things
mm.
can get kind of physical a little early on, you know what I mean? It's a little bit spicy early on, but yeah, he Nico, like Ray's kind of dragged through it. He grows, he goes through a lot, but for the story, it's going to mainly revolve around Nico getting this guy,
Gotcha.
who, yeah, like I said, he's on a revenge tour, and he's gonna meet a couple of big bads on the way to the final boss, so to say.
Nice.
Excellent.
Have you plotted out a certain number of books in the series?
So I currently have about five
Oh,
planned.
nice.
Yes, I'm super excited to get those out there. The second one I want to have out by the end of the year. Life has just been lifing, as many of us
Yeah,
know.
well, yeah.
Yep.
Right? I
We're
wanted
all
to have
there.
it. We absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to have it out earlier, but unfortunately, things haven't gone that way. But yeah, end of the year. And I don't know after book five, we'll see. But I do, Nico and Ray are my main focus as far as couple wise, but there will be some other characters who get a little bit of screen time.
Nice. Well, is there anything about Hunted that we didn't ask but you want readers to know?
No, not well, kind of. There, like, so to go back to the whole Memphis thing, I kind of want to say that my inspiration for that was, I don't know if you guys know who Laurel K. Hamilton is.
Yes.
Hmm.
Great. So yeah, Laurel K. Hamilton, she was awesome. One of my favorite authors growing up, and kind of her writing kind of helped shape my writing. It's like, ooh, I can move away from fan fiction and into this kind of darker realm. She wrote urban fantasy.
Hmm.
And this is kind of like, I was like, I want to do something like with that darker thing, but instead of urban fantasy, it's like urban contemporary, I guess, because not,
Right.
they're big bad guys, but they're not like vampires or werewolves or anything like that.
Right.
And her story, Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series takes place in St. Louis. So it's kind
Mhm.
of like another urban scene. It's like,
Right.
oh, I've lived in Memphis. I know Memphis. I can write Memphis. So that's kind of where I got the
Nice.
inspiration a little bit from.
Well, and something you cleverly dodged is, if you had set this in New York, everybody'd be like, okay, which one of the five families are they part of? And
Right.
they would want
Right.
to
Yeah.
place them in a known family. So well done you for putting them someplace where sure there probably was, mafia activity, but nobody knows the family names there.
Right, exactly. I couldn't do that. Like, I watched plenty of documentaries about the five families of New York, but I was like, there's no way I can do that. And then I've never actually been to New York,
Mm,
and though I could probably research the heck out of it,
sure.
isn't it a little more authentic when
Oh yeah.
know about the city that you're writing about?
Well, absolutely. Like that, around this corner is the best sandwich shop in town. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I just hope the knowledge I don't get in there like, well, what's that? What's this place? I still want it to them to get
Hmm.
it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, Jessamyn, are you ready for our get to know you questions?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Take it
Let's
away,
go.
Okay.
babes.
All right. Well, just a quick pause here to say that if you enjoy this content that we're doing here, make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things. If you want to help us keep the lights on and keep things running so we can introduce more content creators such as Jessamyn here, then, go to our Patreon and support us at patreon.com/wrote podcast. Or if you just want to do a one-time donation, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/wrote podcast. And with that, let's get into the weeds. All right. So, can you name a movie that was better than the book?
Yes. I can
Okay.
name two actually.
Oh, okay.
I can name a couple, but well, a couple is two. Three. I can name three.
Okay.
Um, So Crazy Rich Asians, Kevin Kwan. Book was okay. Movie was a lot better.
Okay.
Um, I may get some flack for this, but Call Me by Your Name by Andre Osman. I thought the book was lovely, but I thought the movie was a visual masterpiece. It was
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
well
I'm
done.
with
I
you on
loved
that one.
it. And oh my God. And then I may just be biased because I'm extremely loving this show right now, but Interview with the Vampire, the TV
Mm,
series,
hmm.
they're turning into just this unbelievable masterpiece of a show. And I'm so excited for season three. And Sam
Hmm.
Reed is the perfect Lestat, and I love
Hmm.
this version of Louis. It is blowing my mind how amazing it is. It's like
Yeah.
the book. I love Anne Rice, legend. Absolutely adore her Vampire Chronicles, but there's something about this show. It's
Yeah.
killing me.
Well,
Yeah.
This weight
so
is killing me.
her son Christopher's had worked with her on this before she passed, and he has said specifically
Yes.
this is kind of how she wanted to tell it, but her book and the original movie were studio controlled.
Right.
Right.
And then I guess the time, because the book released in the 80s,
Right.
correct?
70s,
Yeah.
actually.
And
Yeah, early late
oh, the
70s, yeah.
70s.
70s.
Yeah. 73.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine how her hands would have been tied
Right.
back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Even just socially, she had to be careful even how she wove the queerness into the story.
Right.
She lived in San Francisco. She had tons of gay friends, but in order to make it palpable for the times, she had to be very, very oblique about it and not really
Right.
kind of
Hmm.
upfront. So yeah,
And those of us who know who read it, it's like it's there. You can tell.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
You can
yeah,
tell that they're this very toxic married couple in the book.
right.
And it's so lovely to see it actually portrayed in a way that she might have, wanted to
Wanted
write
to
it.
tell. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love it.
Okay. So, which fictional character would you most like to be friends with?
Oh, I'm gonna go a little old school with this. But there is this writer that I read when I was in high school named Alex Sanchez. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you guys
Mm-hmm.
know him, but
Yep.
he wrote the Rainbow Boys trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And I rem or I'm sorry, yes, Rainbow Boys. Yes, I think the first book I read his book when I was the same age as the characters, and it was a pretty revolutionary read for me because it also was like, okay, when I first started writing, I was 11. It was fan fiction basically because I was a huge anime nerd. And I was like, I'm going to redo an ending to an anime show that I was disappointing in the ending. And then I read his books and it was like, okay, I can write my own original characters, but I loved the guys in the stories and
Yeah.
everything they went through. And I was like, I want to be friends with these guys. And I kind of wrote like my own fan fiction version for it. So I would say, yeah, the Tad and Kyle and Nelson were like my best friends in high school, even
Eh,
though they were fictional. So
Yep.
I would
Yep.
go with them.
I got you on that. I get it. I get it. Okay. Well, what's the most fascinating fact that you know?
The most fascinating fact that I know, um, ooh, so you know how, oh God, I have this really bad habit and I have for a really long time of popping my knuckles
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
ever since I was a kid. Teachers hated it. But you know, they would always tell me, "Oh, you're gonna get arthritis." No.
Yeah.
I'm like way older. I don't have arthritis yet. Hopefully I don't ever.
Well, unfortunately, old age is what brings it. I'll tell you that much.
But actually, so I learned that you're not actually popping the bones or in your knuckles or in your fingers when you so-called pop your knuckles. It's actually the synovial fluid.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. It makes that popping sound, and that's fascinating.
Yeah. All right.
It's the one that I can think of.
Okay. Okay. What was your favorite subject in school?
Um, Psychology in high school. I
Oh.
took it as an
Ooh.
elective.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was so fascinating to the point that I was like, I want to make this, I want to actually go to college and continue this. But yeah, till it was cognitive or learning about the human behavior through psychology, like cognitive psychology. It was super fascinating stuff. I loved it.
Okay. Excellent. Well, before making a telephone call, do you rehearse what you're going to say?
Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm old enough to have been around when, like, before our cell phones.
Right.
And so,
Would you just pick up the phone and went, "Oh."
yeah, you just pick up the phone and go with the flow. I
Right.
cannot even imagine, even with interviews or important calls. It's just like, hey, how are you? What's up?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so used to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Too many permutations of where it could go.
Yes.
All right. Well, what current event or causes are you most passionate about?
Well, I think that the given one is LGBT rights.
Mm,
And it's been a huge thing. It's little me has never understood why the hate, why to me it's and I get that, I'm a cisgendered heterosexual woman writing in the
hmm
gay world and
hmm
whatnot. And to me, it's never been like a taboo thing. It's never been, to me, it felt completely normal
Yeah,
to read about
it's
it, to
nature.
write about it. Right. I've never understood why. And then, as I got because in my family, it wasn't a thing that was like shunned, but it was a thing that was it wasn't a thing that was like, it
Yeah,
wasn't
you
an
didn't even
extreme on
talk
either
about it.
side. Right. It was, so they were pretty indifferent to it, but now I'm like super loud and passionate about it. And, I donate where I can. I've signed petitions. It's crazy to me, especially now, yeah, I literally cannot understand, but I will fight for
Yeah,
everyone to
it's weird
have
because
equality.
they bring up all these old demons from ages ago, and it's like, girl, we've already disproved all that. You know,
Exactly.
just
It's the
stop.
same talking points from 50 years ago, and you're like,
Exactly. I'm like, okay, did
debunked,
Anita
debunked.
Bryant crawl out of the grave? What's going on here?
Exactly. It's, I could talk about this all day. It gets me like a little fired up
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh my God, why are we going backwards on
Right,
this?
exactly. It's like, really? We didn't break this record. We got to keep playing it.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh my
All right.
God.
If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would that be?
Japan.
Mm.
The anime nerd in me has always wanted to go to Japan
Hmm.
ever since, for as long as I can remember. So I think the little girl in me would just go there and have a field day if I could. Like
Mm.
Tokyo, Akihabara, and just, live that dream.
Yeah, I loved it when I lived in San Francisco. There's a wonderful area called Japantown, and there was a huge anime bookstore there and it was just fascinating to
Oh
go
my
walking around
God.
in. It was really, really wonderful. So yeah,
So
I
is it
know.
still there? Do you
Oh
know?
yeah, oh yeah, it's still there. Yeah,
So if I'm
Japantown
ever in
is
San
yeah,
Francisco, I know where I'm
yeah,
going to spend a couple hours.
yeah. Well, if not a day, I'm telling you.
Oh my God. That sounds like a dream.
Yeah. All right. Well, who, if anyone, was your first celebrity crush?
That a real life person?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't use any of my anime boyfriends or
Well,
book
you can if
boyfriends.
you want. I mean,
Go
it's your
for it.
call.
Yeah.
No, so another passion of mine when I was little, because when I was little, the world just excited me. Everything excited me when I was little, and I was a big wrestling fan too. And I loved, loved, loved Jeff Hardy. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys know who that
Yep.
is.
Yep.
No.
No WWE or WWF fans.
I know who you're talking of. Yes.
Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, the punk rock
Hmm.
tattoos
Okay.
and colored hair and doing flying off the top ropes onto his opponents, beating them up. It's like Jeff Hardy, you're the man. I love
Yeah.
you.
All right. All right. I see you. Okay. Finally, what's your personal favorite recipe that you make, and are you willing to share it with us?
So I don't really have a personal recipe that I can share that's mine. I learned how to cook a lot later on in life than I want to admit. So I just, I take other people's recipes when I get the chance to and just try to make them. And if it tastes good, like, okay, I did a pretty good job. And lately I've been into different pastas and different spaghetti. So that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I'm not that good. I'm not that great of a cook.
Well, girl,
I
I
don't
mean,
have any
with the way
recipe.
prices are going nowadays, out and being out and about, people of learning to cook in a heartbeat.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes,
just to
yes.
survive. What
I
do you
know.
mean $17 for
Oh
a
my
quarter
God.
pounder?
Oh God. Oh, that's terrible.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's gotten pretty bad.
I know. Well, you made it through our list. Bravo.
Hmm.
Thank you. Yay.
So, do you have any other interviews or appearances that you want people to know dates about?
Um, I do not have any other appearances or interviews at this moment, but you never know. I did try to get into the Southern Book Festival in Nashville, but they were so booked. Like
Mm.
if you don't apply the day that they entered, it's like, okay, you're on a wait list. So I'm
Yeah.
on a wait list
Well,
to
nobody
be
told me I had to
determined.
apply when I was 10.
Well, so for future updates, especially like updates on the series, people should join your Substack or follow you on Facebook.
Yes.
Which one's
Yes,
better?
I'm on Instagram or Facebook. Well, Substack's awesome too. It's a wonderful. I use it as a newsletter, so any special content or chapter previews or previews of my current work in progress, Substack all the way, 100%. I love it.
Nice.
And just, day to day or, weekly little peeks into my writing or into my life. I'm on Instagram at Jessamyn St. Clair, and on Facebook, you can find me, Jessamyn St. Clair, there as well.
Perfect. All right, Jessamyn, do you have any final words of wisdom?
Just that I'm so glad that, so grateful that you guys popped my podcast cherry. And this is this is fun, and I just appreciate the content, guys. And I love your podcast and love listening to your interviews with some of the best who write. Like, thank you for allowing me into this space. I know I'm not, the typical, person that you've had on. Lovely interviews, by the way, but thank you so much for allowing me to share this space with you guys and talk about my books.
No, just
Well,
remember that you can come back for the next one too. I mean,
yeah.
it's not a one and
I
done.
absolutely, yes. And I can show my face next time.
And well, there you go.
And absolutely, thank you for putting your stories out in the world. I mean, we need authors who see the world for all of its colors and all of its diversity. So thank you, and thank you for coming and sharing with us.
Thank you so much. It makes
Our
me happy to
pleasure.
hear.
All right, folks, we at Written on the Edge are proud to introduce you to new media by queer content creators like Jessamyn St. If you enjoy learning about new artists or hearing our thoughts on entertainment media, please like and subscribe so you get the alerts for new episodes. The show was produced by Rogue Ravens Media. For our disclaimers, links to social media, our listen stations, or to sign up as a guest, visit www.roguepodcast.com. We'll see you next week for your queer media fix.
Bye now.
Oh, what's that? Closing time. The bums rush in melody, dear.